Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. We're going to try something a little different in this video. So, first, before I get into the content here, I know that today's Sunday, so there's a lot of football today, none of which involves the Seattle Seahawks playing. So, I may be streaming during the games today, but I will not be streaming about the games specifically, I don't think. I'll be watching the games in the background and possibly doing something in the foreground, but yeah, we did the Red Zone channel stream a couple of weeks ago, and it was fun. It was fine. It was people seem to like it, but I'm not really in the mood to do it again. It's a time sink. It's hard work. It's just not something I want to do this week. So if you want to come by whatever stream I end up doing today, feel free to. I will be watching football, but I'll have my focus elsewhere. Okay, so this video is about the Seattle Kraken, Seattle's new NHL hockey team. So, what are we going to say about the Kraken so far? So, I've received some requests from people to make Kraken content, to make Kraken videos, and I've certainly played with the idea, but there's something that's going to be really hard to get around if we're actually going to do this, which is, well, I I don't get hockey. I have never really attempted to get hockey. I know the very basic ideas of the sport, but in terms of really kind of digging into it and really comprehending what I'm seeing out there, um, to me, it's just raw entertainment. So for me to make Kraken videos, it would be purely from the perspective of a fan who's happy when they win and not happy when they lose. So when I was really young, like 8, 9, 10 years old, really, really young, that age, I had season tickets, or my family had season tickets to the Tacoma Sabercats. They were a sports team, a hockey team in a small time, now defunct league that was exclusively for the northwestern part of North America. Anchorage had a team. I think there were some teams in other places in the west coast of America, a couple Canadian teams as well, but it didn't last very long. The Sabercats did win a couple titles, but I believe they were owned by the commissioner of the league, which is kind of a goofy setup. And, well, yeah, it was a league that very few people probably remember ever existed. But that's basically my experience with hockey. Now, that doesn't mean you can dismiss the significance of the city of Seattle getting a hockey team, because this is something that people have wanted for a while. This is something that people have been fighting for a while, and it's something that finally got a chance to happen in 2021. So the Seattle Kraken have played the first 6 games of their season, and it's kind of going the way I think most people expected. Maybe it's a little, maybe it's a little disappointing for some people, but they've started 1-4-1 because for reasons that I don't yet understand, because NHL, I don't know. Um, for reasons that I don't fully grasp, they count overtime losses differently from regular losses. So like I I'll figure that one out eventually. But anyway, so the team started with 5 games on the road, and just last night played their first ever home game, and tickets were expensive, man. The ticket prices were actually supposedly more expensive than the NFC title games against Frisco and Green Bay. They were higher than the home finale against the Niners in 2019. They were some of the hottest tickets in the history of Seattle sports. So, so whether or not this team is good right now, and they don't look particularly good right now, there's some real significance in this team getting a hockey team that they seem like they're ready to embrace and get behind. So, regardless of whether or not I like hockey, regardless of whether or not I become a Kraken fan going forward, it's pretty cool that people have something to get excited about, and that the people who have been fighting for this for so long have been able to get what they want. So, I don't know if this team is going to be good in the next couple years, but it seems to me that building a little bit of chemistry this year could pave the way for something good in 2022, 2023. So hopefully, even if I don't end up getting into the Kraken, even if I don't get into hockey, because I've watched parts of all the games so far, and I like it more than soccer. I like it more than some other sports I've tried to watch, but I'm not sure it's for me. There are a lot of moving parts, though, so it could just take a while. But early on, it just seems like it's. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on here that I don't totally understand. But hey, I like it better than soccer. I can at least say that. And I've sat through Sounders games, so I can sit through Kraken games. As for the season so far, obviously things started out pretty well. They played Vegas pretty evenly on the opener. I know Vegas let up because they got that big lead, but they fought back, they tied it, and Vegas won on a goal that probably shouldn't have counted. So that was actually an encouraging result. And then the next game, they get the win, Nashville. Um, great first ever win. And then you had the overtime loss to Columbus. And at that point, I was looking at this team and thinking, okay, okay. And don't get me wrong, there's still, 48 games left. So there's still time. But these last three games seem to indicate a team that is going to go through some things. So there's going to be a growth process. It seems like we do have some talent, maybe not quite as much as some of these other teams, but the chemistry is not totally there yet, which isn't surprising. Given the fact that this team is made up mostly of veterans who have been good in other places, it's it's believable. It's completely believable and understandable that this team would have talent and just need some time to build chemistry. And watching the game so far, as somebody who's just now trying to get into hockey, the thing that really surprises me is how deep these rotations are. Like a hockey game is 60 minutes. Look at the average time on ice per player per game. Nobody's over 19 minutes. They have a long list of players that are playing at least 8 minutes a game. Like, that was something I didn't expect because, again, not familiar with hockey. But you've got a lot of depth to worry about in the NHL, it looks like. And that's something that's really hard to keep track of as the game goes on because things happen fast. Substitutions happen fast. Obviously, so far, our best player's probably been McCann. Goalie's been okay as near as I don't know. That's the thing, right? Like, I'm watching these games and I'm like, okay, that guy made a shot. Was that a great shot or does the goalie suck? It's really hard to tell. And maybe even for some hockey experts, it's really hard to tell. But uh, there's a lot to learn here. This is not like basketball where a team has like three studs and five role players and then everyone else doesn't matter. I mean, look at how deep these rotations go. Look at how many guys have at least 1 point so far this season. It's it's a lot to take in. So I'm gonna try to pick this stuff up. I'm gonna try to figure this stuff out. I'm going to keep watching the games, and I'm gonna hope that something catches with me. So far, I think that the sport is interesting enough, so we'll see. And Kraken content may be coming down the pipe. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'll talk to you guys later. Go Kraken, and have fun watching football today. Might see you guys during. Peace.